What is going on, guys? It's ChaosX here and welcome to another episode of the Deadliest Weapons. In today's video we're going to be taking the PPSH from Cold War and we're going to be comparing it against the World War II PPSH. I would do the World War PPSH, but like I said in the last video when we talked about the PM63 against the AMP, I just wanted to play some actual online today instead of having to use gameplay against bots, and sadly World War is dead and doesn't even have any bots to play against. So instead we're going to just enjoy World War II, which, you know, when World War II came out, it was absolutely destroyed by community. People absolutely ragged on it. I ragged on it. But it's just weird how infinitely better it is than Cold War. And in the background here, we are playing the brand new map on the Cold War gameplay, at least, Hijack. And what the fuck are the spawns on Hijack? I mean, how? How are they this bad? You're going to see multiple times. I'm just going to spawn behind the guy who's literally just killed me. Like, the spawns in this map are absolutely horrendous. But yeah, let's get straight into it here. This video is going to be a massacre once again by one of the guns, so we'll watch out and see which one it is. We're going to start off, as we always do, with the damage. So the damage of the Cold War PPSH is 28 up close, then decreases by 1 to 27, which is quite good, and then decreases by 5 to 22. That's quite good damage. PPSH in World War II, on the other hand, will hit for 30 up close, then it will decrease by 1, again 29, we'd have both guns decrease by 1, then it will decrease again by 6 for 23. So at every range, the World War II PPSH will actually outgun Cold War PPSH. So it's going to take the lead here 1-0 in the first category. Alright, so the next thing we're going to talk about here is the rate of fire. One weird thing I always thought with the World War II PPSH is that it doesn't have that like extremely quick rate of fire. It only fires at 723 RPM, and obviously the PPSH is a fast firing weapon. That's what it's iconic for. Apparently not in World War II. They just gave that to the WAF and thought, nope, we're just going to sit here at 723. Cold War, on the other hand, does do the PPSH justice when it comes to rate of fire. 909 rounds per minute. I believe that is the fastest SMG in the game. I'm quickly looking here at the other ones, and yeah, I don't think anything comes really that close to that. Maybe the MP5, but apart from that, nothing else really coming close to that 909 rounds per minute. So yeah, when it comes to rate of fire, PPSH from Cold War definitely takes it here, almost 200 rounds per minute more. Alright, because both these guns are submachine guns, I thought we'd talk about a new category here today, and like sprint out speeds. What this means is how fast can you go from sprinting to having your gun out and firing from the hip. So when it comes to Cold War PPSH, it will sprint out at 350 milliseconds. In comparison to that, the World War II PPSH will sprint out at 225 milliseconds here. So it's going to take it now 2-1. And a similar category here when it comes to handling is then ADS speed. The PPSH will ADS at 200 milliseconds in World War II. In Cold War, on the other hand, it will only ADS at 275 milliseconds. So the handling of the Cold War PPSH in comparison to the World War II one it's just night and day difference. It feels so sluggish without attachments in the gameplay. It was like the second game using it. I don't have any attachments really, and it just feels slow and sluggish. ADSing, like, it's just horrible. It really doesn't feel like an SMG. So yeah, after looking at those two categories, the PPSH is now going to lead from World War II 3-1 over the PPSH in Cold War. Alright, so next up we're going to look at the reload speed. This is with the standard stick mags, not the big drums. The Cold War PPSH will reload at 1.5 seconds. In comparison to that, the World War II PPSH will reload at 1.50 seconds. So 0.07 seconds quicker, the World War II PPSH, so not that much. It is going to win, and it's now going to take another point. 4-1 for the World War II PPSH. The final category, as always, is the most important one. It is the time to kill. As always, Cold War has 150 health, so you've got to take that in when factoring time to kill. So when you take that in, the Cold War PPSH comes to a time to kill of 330 milliseconds. That number is coming from exclusive ace, so if it's wrong, blame him. In comparison to that, when dealing with 100 health in World War II, the PPSH will kill in 249 milliseconds. Again, that number is from exclusive ace, so if it's wrong, blame him, do not blame me. Yeah, it's going to take another point here, and it's now going to lead 5-1 over the Cold War PPSH. And that is it. 5-1 to the World War II PPSH, a massacre once again. Just like with the 7.4U, these old school weapons guys they just outclass Cold War guns. I think the main reason for that is the stupid gunsmith. How the guns default are quite shit, and then when you start to add attachments on them, they then come better, which I'm not a fan of, because it leads to a lot of people just spamming one gun that they have ranked up, and pretty much means that if your gun's not ranked up, you're either going to have to go and play Boring Outbreak for a few hours, which I'm going to literally do after this commentary to rank up my Swiss, or you have to go online and just get murdered by everybody who has ranked up. Most of the time they're 7.4U or they're LC10, that's it. And so yeah, PPSH from World War II, going to take it here, 5-1, that gun. In the future, we may do the World War, may do the Black Ops 3 version of the PPSH. It's such an iconic gun, but there's only 4 in CoD history, which is a bit weird. Yeah, next week I'm hoping we're going to get the nail gun. We're currently on 5 out of 15 after building one night of playing the new updates. We should have that for next week to compare against the old school DIY 11 Renovator from Black Ops 3. I think that'll be an interesting video to do. Yeah, I've been ChaosX. I will see you next time in a bit.